Now I'll just give you a quick insight about Java conditions, okay? And then we will have some examples
Okay.
because conditions is very important. We need to understand conditions very well before we move on to loops. Okay, so first point in conditions, let's say conditions are used to execute certain block of code depending on a condition. Like we have a condition and we have a block of code. So if this condition is true, we will execute the block of code. If it's false, we will not execute, we will skip and move on. Okay. What types of conditions we have in Java? We have two types of conditions. If else, okay, used with conditions and of few probabilities. And then we have switch, which is used with variables and of many probabilities. You understand? Do you understand what
Yes.
is this?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, great. So now let's move on. Go to the code. Have some examples for if else and for switch. Here I will create a new class. I will call it if else example. Okay. Here is the start and end of my if else example class. Before I forget, I will put my main method, which is the entry point of my Java program. Okay. Here I uh, string, for example, called gender. Okay. And I would make a system dot print, then I will say beginning of program. Okay.
Mhm.
This gender, for example, I say equal male. Okay. Now I want to use a condition, which is if else. Like I want to say if this gender is a male, print on the screen that the gender is male. So how I'm gonna do that? I will use if else condition, and it has a syntax that I should follow. Like I type if keyword, and in between the brackets here, I will type my condition, and then I will put curly brackets, two curly brackets. This one, the opening of the if block. This one is the closing of the if block. All the highlighted blue area will get executed only if the condition inside these two brackets, this one, is true. Sorry. These two brackets.
Yes.
This one holds the condition. If the condition is true, the whole block will get executed. If it's false, we will skip and move to the next one. Okay. So here, I want to write a condition where if gender equal male. So I can say gender dot equals is a method for a string to compare two strings together. Okay. It's similar to the equal sign. Okay. But equal sign is used with other data types, especially for string we use the equals function. Okay, so I will say if gender equals male, do something. What I want to do, if gender is male, I will print that gender is male. And here I will make another print statement. I will say end of program. So now if I run this program, what will happen? How many prints will we get?
There is male three.
Yes, 3. Like we'll have beginning of program, we'll have gender is male because I already assigned male as a value to gender. So this condition is always true. So it will print the gender is male. And then it will print end of program. So let's run and see the output. Yes, exactly. Beginning of program, gender is male, end of program. Great. Like as you notice here, I only wrote if without else. Like, it depends on the logic I want to execute. Like here, I want only if the gender equals male, I want to print gender is male. Else, I don't want to do anything. Like just skip this whole if block as if it never exists. And then we will move to the next line and we will print end of program. Like it depends on the logic I want to execute. Okay.
Yes.
So here, for example, if gender is like I will change this value to female now, and I will run again my program. Okay. Notice the difference. Here it printed beginning of program, end of program, and it completely ignored this if block. Why? Because the condition is false. Like here, I gave a value for gender female, and I ask the program to print gender is male only if gender equals male. Now gender is not equal to male, it's female. So it didn't do anything with the if block and it executed normally here printed end of program, beginning of program, end of program, and nothing here for the if block. Okay. What if I want to add here another else block? As you can see, this else block is optional. Like I can use it. I can simply use only the if block depending on the logic I want to execute. Here, I will use else block and I will say system.out.print gender is female. Like we have only two types of gender. Like, is it a male? If it's a male, yes, execute gender is male. But what if in case it's not a male? So automatically I know it's a female. So else, please print gender is female. Like notice here in if, I should write a condition. But here in else, I don't have a condition. It's like a default block. Like by default, okay, if this block is false, will not get executed, the else block will get executed.
Yes.
Like in this example, I will run my program again. Notice now it's printing gender is female. Why? It came here, executed beginning of program, and then when it come to if block, it checked the condition inside. Does gender contain the value of male? No, wrong. Okay, so automatically I will go and execute the else block. Then I printed gender is female. Like notice here on line number 10 in the else block, I didn't go back to gender and check if it equals to female or not. No, I didn't check. I checked the condition only once here on line number 7, if gender equals male or not. Okay, if yes, I will go and print gender is male. Once this if block is executed, if this condition is true, the else block will completely get ignored. Why ignored? Because this condition is true. And the if block got executed. So no need for me to execute the else block. Else block is only get executed when the if block is false. Okay?
Yes.
So here, if I get this back to male and run my program again, yes, I get gender is male. And of course, the else block got ignored. If I make it female, it will come, print beginning of program, check the condition if gender equals male. No, it's false. Once I check this condition and I find it false, I automatically jump to the else block to execute what's inside and print gender is female. And finally, I go and print end of program. Okay, you understand?
Yes.
Okay, what if I want to say this one condition is not enough? I want to add one more condition. I will use else if, and I want to check is gender equals to female And yes, if this gender equals to female, yes, please print the line of gender is female. If I run this program now, nothing will change. Like in execution, nothing will change. Beginning of program, gender is female. End of program, because here the value of gender is female. Okay, if it's male, it will print male. So now, as you can see, the output is the same, but the execution steps is different. Why? You know why?
It's the same.
Like, as you can see, output is the same, but the execution
Yeah.
steps is different. Do you know why the execution steps are different?
I'm just thinking. It's female.
Because before I used the else block, not else if. So here I didn't put a condition. So once here, like once the compiler check for this condition gender equals male and find it false, automatically jump to else block and execute else block. But now I added else if, and I added one more condition asking if gender equals female or not. So here, when I execute my program, it run print beginning of program, go to the first if condition, check if gender equals male. Now gender is female, so I find this condition false. I keep executing my program. I find another or one more condition asking if gender equals female or not. So yes, I find gender equals female. So this condition now is true. That's why I came here inside this if block and I executed, or the program executed, gender is female. You understand?
Yes.
You understand the difference between else and else if?
Yep.
Okay. Finally, to make it like 100% clear, I will still add else block here, and I will print, for example, unknown gender. Okay, if I execute, print female because value of gender is female. What if I delete this female and I put X? What will happen?
Else will print.
Like, tell me the output.
The else will print.
Is this one?
Unknown gender.
Like we execute, yes, exactly. Beginning, unknown gender, end of program. Why? Here the value of
X.
is X. Okay, I come print beginning of program. I check the first condition is gender equals male. The answer is no. So this condition is false. We will ignore this first if block. We'll continue executing. We will find another else if. So the second condition is does or is gender equals female. Again, it's no. So this condition is wrong. We will not execute what's inside. We don't have any other conditions. So automatically we will execute the else and then end of program. Okay. You remember now the if condition?
Yep, I remember.
Okay, very good. So let's go and have another example of a switch. Okay, another class switch example. In this switch example, we will create a simple program. Again, I create main method, main function, and I will create local variable of type int. I will call it month, and then I will give it a value of 5. Okay, like we have 12 months from 1 to 12. Each number is equivalent to months. Like for example, 1 equivalent to refers to January, 2 February, 3 March, and so on. So I want to check, like, if the input of months is 5, print May. If the input is 8, print August, and so on. So here I have 12 probabilities. As you can see in our previous example, in if else, we had only 3 probabilities. Like if it's male or female or unknown, only 3.
Mhm.
So few. With these few probabilities, if else, false. But what if we have 12 conditions for the 12 probabilities? It will be very slow if we use if else. So what we're gonna do, what is the replacement? The most
Switch.
powerful tool is switch. Okay, so here we will say switch. And here the syntax switch keyword. Okay, and then these 2 brackets and the switch body with again 2 curly brackets, opening and closing. Okay, and inside the brackets we will type a variable. The variable we want to check its value, which is months. Notice the difference. Here switch take a variable, okay, but if else take a condition. Like here, if I check a condition if gender equals male, but here in switch I put a variable inside the switch uh, brackets. You understand?
Yes.
It's a big difference between switch and if else. Here I want to type my 12 probabilities, so I use a case keyword. Case of 1. So system print gen. Okay.
Right.
And put break. Okay. Case 2. What if the value of month is 2? So here we will print February. I will do the same 12 times for the 12 months. Hmm.
Mm.
3 March, 4 April, 5 May, 6 June, 7 July, 8 August, 9 September 10 October November
December.
is 11, yes. And finally 12 is December.
Well,
Merry Christmas.
Yes.
Yes. So here months has a value of 5. Okay. So if I run this code, it will print May. Here what happened? I have the month variable has a value of 5. Here inside the switch statement, it didn't check for 1, 2, 3, 4. It automatically went to 5. Okay, because here the value of month is 5. It executed May. Okay, and then it found the break keyword. Once this break keyword executed, we got out of the whole switch statement. So we came here, for example, here, so end of program. I run again, May, end of program. It didn't check for 1 or 2 or 3 or 4. The value is 5 for months, so automatically went to the case where the value is 5, executed what's inside. Here I can have multiple lines, no problem. Okay. Once I end the logic I want to execute here for this case, I should not forget to put the break keyword. Okay. What if I forget to put the break keyword? What will happen? Do you know what will happen?
it'll go skip.
It will continue to execute 6, 7, whatever, until it finds the break keyword. Like, for example, I will remove the break keyword from here. Okay, and I will rerun my program. It's executed May, because I have here 3 lines printing May in this case. Okay, but it didn't find the break keyword, so it continued executing. Is 6 printing June? Yes, printed June here. Here in this case, there is a break keyword. Once we found the break keyword, we got out of the switch block and we printed end of program here. If I get the break keyword back, in this case, break keyword, yes, and I run again my program, yes, May, triple May, and then end of program without executing June. Why? Because I broke my switch block here on line number 22. You understand?
Yeah. Why is there 3 May? Why did you put 3 May in there?
No, just like telling you that I can put here like any number of lines in this case. Like I don't have to put only one line. Like I can put like 2, 3, 5, whatever logic I put. Only one is it. Okay. What if here I put, instead of 5, I put 15? Is there here a case of 15? Of course not. So if I run this code, nothing get executed. From the 12 cases, nothing get executed. And only end of program got executed. So what if I want to put a default value to this switch block? I will use the default keyword. This default keyword get executed only if all cases above are not applicable. So here I will print invalid. Run again. Yes, invalid and end of program. Okay. Note that I cannot duplicate the values here inside the switch block. Like for example, here the value of 12 got doubled. Like here case 12 and again case 12. This is an error. I should make it 13 or 14 or 15, but not 12 again. Like these values cannot be duplicated. Okay.
Okay.
And yes, that's all what I want to say for conditions. Now it's your turn. Please share your screen. Okay, and execute a small program for me uh, for switch. I will stop sharing. Okay, you share your screen, open your IntelliJ, create a small program for switch statement. Okay, like the same example I showed you, but instead of using months, use make it for the weekdays. Like
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Each one of them equivalent to weekday. Okay.
Sorry, it's so slow.
It's okay.
Okay, there it is. All right. Switch.
If you remember, we agreed before to make the main function or any other function on a separate line, right? And then we let the IDE to uh, type for us. Like we only type M, A, I, and then it give us a suggestion because we want to add a main function. Once we hit enter, okay, this main function will be added for us. So we let the IDE help us. We don't have to type the whole syntax uh, on our own. This will lead to some mistakes or typos that we want to avoid. So better to use IDE capabilities or features to make our life easier. Okay, so you can use the IDE suggestions instead of typing the whole stuff on you. Okay.
Okay.
Yes, create int, yes, int day,
Okay.
int day, and give it a number from 1 to
Okay.
7, whatever you want.
Are we doing
No, 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 no. We are just, no, no.
Okay.
We only create a variable. Yes, yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Here, no, only one is enough. Now we are
Oh.
now we are creating our switch block. Okay, we use the switch keyword, and here inside the brackets we put the name of the variable we want to check. So it's day. The name of the variable we want to check. Yes, exactly. And then we create our block. No. We create first our block by 2 curly brackets, opening and closing. Yes, exactly. Once we hit enter, it created the closing bracket for us. So here inside, we can put all our probabilities using case keyword. Okay. Yes.
I mean, this one. I'll do this one. Oops. Okay, case one.
Yes, the column. Yes, two dots. Yes.
Oh, yeah. And then we'll do the.
So if the value of day
Oh, yeah.
or the value stored in variable day equals to 1, then this code will get executed. But make it on a separate line. Make it on a separate, yes.
Okay.
This will help us avoid many mistakes. System.out.print. Don't forget system.out.print. Yes, exactly.
Okay.
At the end of our case, we should put break keyword. Yes. Make the same for the rest of weekdays.
Okay.
No. Brother, you don't have to create another variable. And we have only one switch block. Here we have case 1. We should add case 2, case 3, case 4, but we don't add another switch block. It's all inside one switch block.
All right.
Yes, after this break keyword, go to a new line and then write your second case. Yes. No. Yes.